May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly market forecast. In this video, we'll be analyzing the NASDAQ for the week ahead. The reason why you hear the hesitation in my voice is because I want to apologize that I put out a NASDAQ video, but it was analyzing the ES chart. I didn't realize I was repeating the same chart. I already put out the S&P 500. ES is the futures market version of the S&P. I didn't realize I was putting out the same, analyzing the same chart. I apologize, and I'm putting out the correct analysis. Excuse me, right now. I haven't. I got to get some coffee. Anyway, so let's start now. First thing, there's a couple of headlines that happened on. This is the daily chart on Thursday and Friday. Thursday, we were lifted because there was some data that came out. Retail sales showed some consumer strength and all. And that was a really positive news driving force for buyers, right? And you can see how the market pushed higher, displaced past the high of the previous day, and we went to establish a new all-time high. All right, and then have that followed up by this mess on Friday because the president started talking about pushing more tariffs and new tariffs on the European Union products and all, and that was a big downer for the markets after having a great Thursday. Friday was like, oh man, but we established a fair value gap. Let's start from the top though. Let's go to the monthly. We can get rid of this now. Boom, boom. All right. What we can see is 1, 2, 3 straight months of bullish price action, where the third month actually made a new all-time high. This month we still have 11 days in, but you can see how it established the wick at the bottom and then flipped up to just surge past the previous monthly high. This is very bullish for the NASDAQ, and it's a bullish sign for the upcoming days. Now, this is the weekly. All right, you can see right here we have this beautiful fair value gap here. All right, a bullish fair value gap. And that's what you want to see, man. You want to see displacement. This is showing the fair value gap, this imbalance where just buyers are involved. And this area is fair value. And price uses these areas of fair value to as a structure point to pull back to, find support, and then move higher. That's what frequently happens, right? You can see this week from June, the end of June, pushed into all-time highs. We had a doji week, even though it did sweep the high of the previous week. And last week, we closed much higher, a very strong close above the previous weekly high. So that's very bullish. There's nothing showing that we should be thinking about taking sells right now. You understand? Nothing. All right. Now let's go to the daily. And what do we see here? In the structure, you can see we kind of chopped up a little bit, right? Oops, sorry. I thought I was drawing something. We were kind of chopped up here, right? Price moves sideways here. That is the accumulation phase. And then you wait for that manipulation. Ooh, look at that. It peaked up and then came right back into the range. All right. And then 2 days later, we push higher on Thursday, making all-time high, displacing above to an all-time high. And we established a daily fair value gap after Friday's bad tariff news and stuff. So I like this. I like that we have structure here. Now, this thing serves two purposes. This fair value gap, the daily price could come back to it, find support, and move higher. All right, but I give that a better chance when I see a close above the previous high. It didn't close above the previous high. It closed within the range of that previous high. So it makes me think, yeah, for sure, we're probably going to come back. I think that's a high probability chance that we're going to come back to this POI. Okay. Doesn't mean I don't know how price is going to react when we get here, though. We could react from it and then start coming back further for uh, these ascending lows here for liquidity as we make our way back to that weekly fair value gap that I had pointed out earlier. I like that weekly fair value gap as a high probability area to look for a buy from. Why? Because there's an intersecting swing high here, right? And there is a daily fair value gap here within the overall weekly fair value gap. All right, within it's nested within. So we have three layers of bullish confluences here. All right, and that's just for me shows that there's probably a lot of support there for a higher price. There's some buyers waiting to get in there. All right, but we got to see what happens here first. Now, if we go down to the 4 hour, I want to show you this. This is the kind of price action I love to see. A break of structure, all right, a pullback, and then the next break of structure. All right. What we have here is an area of fair value. I'm looking for price to come in this area of fair value. I don't know how deep it's going to go, but I'd like to see it come back in this fair value, and I'll be looking for longs for sure. All right. I want to point out also there is a 4 hour fair value gap here that is still being respected. All right, that is still being respected here. It came down into it. We have a bullish thing, a bullish reaction to it. All right, but I'm not going to put a lot of emphasis on that because we are waiting to see if price comes back down to this daily. All right, this established the daily, that first contact. Are we going to come back to it, find support, and then pop up? I don't know. We're going to find out. But I want you to keep an eye on this bearish 4 hour supply. I mean, a fair value gap. But it's gonna be a resistance point. You understand? It's going to be a resistance point, and price could come into the next to enter in, and then have that reason. That would be our narrative for price to come down lower. We want to see how price reacts once it gets here. All right, whether this fair value gap holds or not. I'm looking for it to hold. All right. If it doesn't, that's fine. All right. All we'll have is target points. These lows here for price to target on its way down. You know, if it turns bearish on its way down, these are going to be target points on its way down to that 4 hour. I mean that weekly fair value gap here. I hope you follow me. All right. That'll be the narrative that gets us down here. But we have some things to watch first. And this fair value gap, the daily is going to be where I think we can make some decisions. All right. We are due for a pullback at some point, but doesn't mean it's got to start now. There's no reason to take shorts. Nothing in here says take a short. Nothing. All right. So that's it. Make sure you go check out the S&P a video that I already put out in regards to the equity markets. I'm going to put out one for gold and oil, gold, silver, and oil. All right. That'll happen today. Make sure you go see the FX pairs that I put out for the post that I put out for the Dixie, the US dollar index, the Euro USD, Pound USD, Aussie dollar USD, and I might throw in a JPY USD CAD. I'll look at it. I'll see. But look out for those. Those are already out now. I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching. And I appreciate your patience and understanding on the little mistake I made. Have a good one.